What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Muse. Yes, indeed, Muse Fans Feeling You. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bot, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Origin of Symmetry 2506. And Origin of Symmetry 2506 wanted to see me react to this song by Muse called Contagion. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Santi T. Yeah, Santi, like Santa, but with a Y instead of an A at the end. Santi T. We'll go with that. And the video has 2,900 views. Well, there you go. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Contagion, simulation theory film, Muse. So is this a film? I'm not sure what to expect here. I have no idea. Guess only one way to find out. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
We are being told to leave immediately here in which is now the fourth area to be evacuated tonight. It is anticipated that more quarantine areas will pop up as this unknown contagion continues to spread. We can only pray for more answers by daybreak, when the Prime Minister is said to be making a formal statement. Until then, fear has washed over London tonight.
Black skies, brain cleanse, fractured identity, fragments of scattered debris. Fall down, learn when to cut it out. Probably up before I black out. Withdraw before you're out of time. Clean slate, buried war crimes. You've been bitten by a
Yep.
They'll never do what you want them to. Give it up and watch it break through. It's too late for a revolution. Brace for the final solution. Someone who's hungrier than you. You've been built by a true believer. You've been built by someone for
Oh, never mind. I I didn't look at how long the song was at the beginning. I don't know why. I guess I just kind of assumed we were gonna be doing like a 5-minute long song. I should have looked, and I apologize for that. I had no idea the song was that short. Oh boy. So when I went to pause, I thought we were like, I thought we were doing a 5-minute long song, and I was like, okay, we're at about probably 2.5 to 3 minutes, somewhere in there. And I was right. we were just a little bit past the 3-minute mark, and there was only like 30 seconds left. I was like, oh boy. Well, never mind. There's no point in pausing now. Just might as well finish it. It happens. It happens sometimes, guys. It does. I'm not perfect, you know. I'm doing the best I can here. Okay, so this is going to be a weird one. This is definitely going to be a weird one. There's a number of factors that I have to take into account, and they're all going to affect the score in some way or another. So let me get my thoughts together. Let me try to piece this together and figure this all out. And I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Muse with Thought Contagion. This was a request from Origin of Symmetry 2506. Okay, I have a score. It's gonna require a little explanation. It is. There's parts about what we saw that are going to help or hurt the score, possibly. And there's other parts of what we saw that have absolutely no impact on the score whatsoever. And I'm going to have to kind of break it down and explain each one. So bear with me here. But I promise it's all going to make sense. I guarantee you that. So let's start with the score first, and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that overall presentation an 8.2. Yep. 8.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.2, what does that mean? Well, an 8.2 would translate to a great scale rating, because overall, I think this was a great presentation. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. Yeah, an A-. So there you go, an 8.2, great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, let's get the easy stuff out of the way. Let's start with the song, okay? Is it my new favorite song from Muse? No. No, I'm sorry. It's not. Now here's the thing. I'm sure people are going to say it's their favorite Muse song, and I can see kind of where they're coming from. It's definitely got that anthemic feel. It definitely does with that chorus. Great opportunity for call and response. I mean, it absolutely is. With the singing and then the response from Matt with the thought contagion, that is just golden fruit for a live performance, which we're gonna get to in a little bit. Very smart song design when it came to that. It came up with that idea of let's put that in there. They did that with purpose. They absolutely wrote this song with live play in mind. I can't see this being. It's too big to be a coincidence. I'm sorry, but there's no way I'm gonna believe they just kind of casually wrote all that together and went, oh, you know what? I wonder if this would work in a live situation. No, I don't buy that story. Hold on 1 second. Let me check my receipt here. No, I did not buy that, and I still don't buy that. So I am sure that they wrote this song with the full intention of playing it in a live setting. And it works. It absolutely does work. It's a very simple song. It really is. The riff is very simple, but it's also a little deceiving. The chorus, the riff, root. Now this is where it's going to sound a little familiar. Root to the minor 6 to the 3. What are we starting? The Z pattern, right? Root to the minor 6 to the minor 3 to the minor 7, right? Wrong. We don't go to the 7. Root to the minor 6 to the minor 3 up to the 5. That's interesting. It's a little different than what we're used to hearing. Now, it's not the first time I've heard that progression. I've heard that progression before. Dream Theater, actually, I believe, was one of the first bands I heard that progression used. But it's been used before. I've heard it used before, but it's not very common. It's actually very uncommon. So that was a nice touch. I like that. Definitely one of the hooks of the song, along with the vocalization in the chorus. The chorus is the hook of the song. No questions asked. Musically, though, it's fairly simple to follow. It's a fairly easy, simple song to play. And there's really nothing wrong with that, especially in a live setting. It's going to go over well with a crowd. As simple as it may be, and you've heard me say this on the channel many times, simple can be effective when it's done properly. This is done properly. It absolutely is. Yeah, it's simple. Yeah, it's easy to follow, but man, when that chorus hits, coming off the verse being a little more subdued, and then when the chorus hits, it opens up, gets big, gets loud, gets powerful, gets strong, and we have that opportunity for crowd interaction happening within the song itself. Totally by design, which I give a lot of credit to Muse for doing. That's smart, man. That's very smart. It's a good song overall. I think it's a really good song. I would give the song on its own probably about 7.4, 7.5, somewhere in there. But I'm giving this an 8.2. What in the world happened there? Well, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you already know what I'm going to say. So say it with me, kids. Sing it out one time. A live show can help your score or it can hurt your score. In this case, it absolutely helped, but not as much as you might think. Before we go to the checklist, let me make something abundantly clear. This was a concert video. Okay, this was a song that came off of a concert video. And quite often, especially nowadays, concert videos have a lot of post-production when it comes to their visuals. They add snippets of scenes that they got maybe from movies, maybe they shot the footage themselves, but it didn't have anything to do with the live show. It's something they intentionally filmed for the purpose of post-production and insertion into the concert video, okay? And we saw that with the guy with the mohawk spazzing out, on the street against the wall. We saw that, okay? And we saw the others, and the thing is, you didn't see that happening anywhere on the stage, did you? No, that was, and there weren't even, as far as I could tell, they weren't even showing that up on the monitors. So it had nothing to do with the live show, all right? Nothing. It was strictly for the purpose of the concert video, along with those, you know, I hesitate to use the word lightning effects, but that's probably the closest thing I could equate it to. Though when they had the actors around Matt and you saw those light slashes going across the screen, that's all post-production. I can't wait in the comments for someone, I can't wait for some knucklehead in the comments, because there's always at least one or two that's gonna go, oh no, they did that on stage and this is how they did it. And they had, you know, they had Tesla coils and they were zapping lightning across the... Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? No, it was not happening. But there's going to be one or two knuckleheads in the comments. We're going to make some sort of thing like that, come up with some sort of theory as to how they did that in a live setting. Guys, I'm telling you, from experience, I'm telling you, that is post-production, okay? Special effects. I promise you. Straight out of Lucasfilm, straight out of Industrial Light and Magic, okay? ELM or ILM. It's ILM work, okay? I guarantee you, it's not live on stage. So let's just put all that stuff aside, okay? It had nothing to do with this. Now let's talk about what we did have on the stage, okay? Let's go down the checklist. Stage presence. Oh yeah, definitely check. These guys always have good stage presence. They look like performers. They act like performers. No worries there. Stage energy. A lot of stage energy. Now, granted, Matt was doing quite a bit himself. He absolutely was. But a lot of the heavy lifting was done by the actors on the stage, you know, wearing the headsets and everything else like that. But here's the thing. It's still happening on stage. It's still a part of the show. So do I count that as stage energy? Absolutely. I don't care who. I don't care who does it. I don't care if the drummer stands up and runs around the stage. I mean, I'll have questions about how that was possible while the drums are still going and he gets up and leaves and runs around the stage while the drums are still playing. I'm going to have a lot of question marks about that, but stage energy was created. And so I would count that. Absolutely. So why not count the actors? They're a part of the show. Yes. So there you go. Stage energy, check. Stage interaction, again, check. Those actors were interacting with Matt a lot, especially towards the end. So that one gets a check for sure. Crowd interaction. Oh yeah, Matt leading the charge on those vocalizations that were created by design within the song itself. And you could tell they meant to do that. They wrote the song with that type of interaction in mind. Why do I say that? Because the first time, without Matt leading them, the crowd just responded. The crowd just did it on their own. Matt didn't need to lead them. They had that part down as he was walking up the rampway. Now later, when he got to the front of the rampway, he engaged the crowd and led them. That is crowd interaction, absolutely. And I will give it the check. Because he did it I think he did it 3 or 4 times. So yeah, that definitely gets the check. Showmanship. Yeah, they put on a good show. They absolutely did. Visual as well as audio. With all the actors on the stage. Yes, definitely. Showmanship, check. Production. Yeah, actors wearing the headsets, wearing the costumes. That's all production. And the lighting was designed to go along with the song. So that's even more of a check mark there. It was done very well. And like I said, I'm not counting the post-production stuff. That didn't happen on the stage, so it doesn't matter. What happened on the stage is all we really count, and they did plenty. So that's how we're moving from, like I said, about 7.4, 7.5 for the song itself, all the way up to an 8.2 for the overall live presentation. So that's how we ended up at the 8.2. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.2, which is a great scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me. But if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.